Hey, good morning, TikTok, YouTube, all you internet folks. Clue Man here. So, you've been hearing Trump and his administration and his cronies talk about the new Gilded Age. Everybody's going to be so prosperous because it's the new Gilded Age. And I would actually posit that the new Gilded Age started with Ronald Reagan. You know, you had corrupt Dick Nixon, and then the next most corrupt Republican prior to Trump was Ronald Reagan. He lowered the taxes on the rich and started the Reaganomics, trickle down economics. And what we're seeing over the last 50 years is the same thing that happened during the first Gilded Age after the Civil War. 50 years of what the rich people would call prosperity because they were making money hand over fist, and what the poor people would call this sucks because we are working our asses off so that rich people can get rich. There was some prosperity, but basically the first Gilded Age was after the Civil War up until the early 1900s, okay? So end of 1800s, beginning in 1900s. And it was also referred to as the robber baron era. Okay. Who are the robber barons? The four richest people on the planet: Carnegie in steel, Rockefeller in oil, Vanderbilt in railroads, and J.P. Morgan, the financier that helped them all out. Well, history is basically repeating itself because what happened was after the Civil War and after the Vietnam War, you had fucking crooked Dick Nixon, Republican. He got taken out of power in shame. So when the Republicans had a chance to get back in power, who did they field? They fielded a movie star. You know, not a freaking politician. You know, somebody from outside of politics, a movie star, Ron Reagan, right? Well, they've done the same thing again. They took somebody, a reality TV dipshit, Trump, and they put him in power. And the richest people did that. Now, who are the richest people this time? Well, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and the richest person on the planet, Vladimir Putin. Okay, he's richer than Musk, I guarantee it. And so basically, we've been in the second Gilded Age since the Vietnam War, and here we are. Now the government is completely corrupt and owned by the oligarchs, just like what happened back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. They made all their money off the backs of the poor, middle, and working class, which is what's been happening since trickle-down economics. The rich have gotten richer, the poor have gotten poorer, and here we fucking sit. Now our government is owned by the richest people in the world. So what do we do? Well, the last Gilded Age resulted in the Great Depression, right? Where everybody lost everything. When the rich people lose their ass, then the real reform starts happening because after the rich people lost their ass, after the last Gilded Age, what came along? Roosevelt came along, right? Franklin Delano Roosevelt. The liberal age started where there were progressive ideas going on where, hey, let's tax the fucking rich people. Let's start social programs. Let's rebuild the infrastructure in the economy. He started the Civilian Conservation Corps, Social Security. He started the Veterans Administration. He started all these things to help the poor, middle, and working class off the backs of the rich people, and they can fucking afford it because they're rich. And basically, you know, we prospered. I mean, if it hadn't have been for World War II, the setback of World War II, but even then, we all pulled together and kicked fascism's ass over there in Europe. So after World War II, the last great Republican, Dwight David Eisenhower, he kind of ruled over the most the best financial times our country's ever seen. Strongest middle class. You could afford to buy a car, a house. One parent could work. It was amazing. Okay. But anyway, so like I said, history's repeating itself. There's only one way to hurt the rich people, the new robber barons. That's hit them in the fucking wallet, okay? Look at what's happened to Elon Musk in just the last 2 months. He's lost a third of his fortune because people aren't buying his crap. So that's what we need to do again, people. Eat the rich. Eat the rich. Anyway, there's your clues.